The smirk at my door. The doorbell's chimes sliced through the quiet of my Saturday morning like a knife through silk. I froze, coffee mug halfway to my lips, the bitter steam curling under my nose. The sound wasn't right. It was too sharp, too deliberate for a delivery or a neighbor's casual drop-by. My heart stuttered, a premonition I couldn't name. I set the mug down, the ceramic clinking too loudly against the counter, and padded to the door, my bare feet cold against the hardwood. Through the peephole I saw her. A woman with sleek auburn hair, lips curled into a smirk that didn't reach her eyes. She stood too close, her posture screaming ownership. "We're here for our things," she said through the door, her voice smooth as venom before I even opened it. I cracked the door just enough to see her fully. She was younger, maybe mid-20s, her designer coat cinched tight at the waist, heels clicking on my porch like a predator's claws. Behind her, Mark lingered, my husband of 8 years, his eyes fixed on the ground, hands stuffed in his pockets. My stomach lurched, a sickening drop, like missing a step in the dark. "Mark." My voice cracked, raw, betraying the confusion I wanted to hide. He didn't look up. The woman's smirk widened, a glint of triumph in her green eyes. "Elena, right?" she said, tilting her head, her tone dripping with false warmth. "I'm Vanessa. Mark's. Well, you know." She gestured vaguely as if the word wife was too much effort. My throat tightened and I gripped the doorframe, the wood biting into my palm. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but my mind snagged on the little things. The faint scent of his cologne on her, the way his car keys dangled from her manicured fingers. How long had I missed the signs? The late nights, the client dinners, the phone angled just out of view? "Let's not make this messy," Vanessa said, stepping closer, her perfume sharp and floral, invading my space. "We just need his stuff. You don't want a scene, do you?" Her words were a challenge, a dare to unravel in front of her. Mark finally lifted his head, his eyes meeting mine for a fleeting second. Guilt, yes, but something else too. Relief. My chest burned, a cocktail of heartbreak and rage bubbling up. I wanted to slap him, to beg him, to understand how the man who'd kissed my forehead every night had become this stranger. I let them in not because I wanted to, but because my legs felt like jelly and I needed to move before I collapsed. The house felt smaller with them inside, the air thick with their presence. Vanessa sauntered to the living room, her gaze sweeping over our photos. Our wedding, our trip to Maine, the life we'd built, like she was appraising a rival's territory. Mark hovered near the stairs, muttering, "Just the clothes, Elle. I'll be quick." His voice was soft, the one he used when he knew he'd hurt me. But it wasn't enough. Not now. As he climbed the stairs, Vanessa lingered, picking up a framed photo of us laughing at a carnival. "Cute," she said, her tone mocking. He never mentioned this one. My hands shook and I pressed them against my thighs, fighting the urge to snatch it from her. "How long?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. She raised an eyebrow, feigning surprise. "Oh honey. Months. You didn't notice he stopped coming home smelling like you?" The words landed like a punch, stealing my breath. I had noticed, the faint shifts, the excuses, the way he'd started sleeping on the edge of the bed. But I'd told myself it was stress, work, anything but this. Upstairs, drawers slammed. Mark was packing, erasing himself from our life. I followed the sound, leaving Vanessa to her smug victory. In our bedroom he was shoving shirts into a duffel bag, his movements frantic. "Why?" I asked, my voice breaking. He paused, his shoulders slumping. "I didn't mean for it to happen, Elle. It just did." His words were hollow, a coward's confession. I stepped closer, close enough to see the stubble on his jaw, the man I'd loved. "You could have told me. You could have tried." My voice trembled, but I held his gaze, searching for the man I thought I knew. He looked away. "I didn't want to hurt you." The lie stung more than the truth. I laughed, a bitter, choked sound. "You're standing here with her, and you didn't want to hurt me?" Before he could answer, Vanessa's voice cut through from the doorway. "Mark, we're done here. Let's go." She leaned against the frame, her smirk softer now, almost pitying. I hated her for it. I hated him more. As they left, Mark hesitated at the door, his bag slung over his shoulder. "I'm sorry, Elle," he said, and for a moment, I saw the man who'd promised me forever. But then Vanessa's hand brushed his and he walked out, the door clicking shut behind them. I sank to the floor, the house too quiet, the weight of betrayal crushing my chest. In the silence I noticed something on the coffee table. A single key glinting under the lamp. His house key. He'd left it behind like he'd left me. But then I saw it. A faint scratch on the key one I didn't recognize. It wasn't his. It was hers. She'd been here before in my home, leaving her mark. The realization hit like a second betrayal, sharper than the first. I clutched the key, my knuckles white, and vowed she wouldn't have the last word.